sisters that's out there on Facebook. This is Reverend Dr. James Thomas. I'd like to come to you at this time with worship service that's usually be our youth service, but we've been unable to attend together like we always used to. We're trying to give them a service this morning and through Facebook, in order that they would know that they hadn't been forgotten. So many times as adults, when problems occur, we forget that children are people too. And so therefore, we should always let our children know that they are very important in our lives, even in times of crisis and trouble, that they are part of us and that they have a duty to carry out as well as we adults. So let us continue to worship Jesus regardless of what the circumstances might be. Because according to what the Word teaches us, God has great delight in the personality and the attitude of children. Amen. He said within His Word, except you be converted, to come as little children, you will in no wise enter into the kingdom of God. I am Reverend Dr. James E. Thomas. In all cases of some of you picking me up and had never been with me or don't know me, we just let you know who we are. And we live at this time on Facebook from the Jesus Baptist Church in behalf of the youth department. Amen. And we want you to know that even after this service is over and you've watched it and so forth, that you can download YouTube and you can pick up Reverend Dr. James Thomas 24 hours a day and you can play the sermon of your choice. We also want to say to you that we are on the radio on second and fourth Sunday at 6 p.m. Amen. We say to you on 96 FM and 1550 AM. We'll say to you we'll be more than happy for you to support us in that as well, because we're trying to do what we know that the Lord will have us to do. It's an uphill journey and it gets pretty rough sometimes, but it's still fair. And it's a lot of joy. One moment of joy is worth it all. We move on at this time. Next will be our scripture. Before we go into that, I don't want to forget our class of 2020. While I'm thinking of it, and then we'll go into the scripture. Class of 2020, we want you to know that we're very proud of you, and this is something that has happened to all of us as well as you. But I want you to know that it never happened to the classes that I can remember before now, but it has happened to you. We don't want you to be discouraged. We don't want you to be dismayed, because we realize that you already been blessed. You got something that Corona can't take away from you. You got an education, you got a chance to go forward, and the sky's the limit. Right now you reach that turning point where you're getting what the responsibility as an adult. You go to college, be obedient. And I said when you go, because I take for granted that everybody should be wanting to go to college or trade school, because high school is not enough no more. There was a time high school was a good move, and because a lot of us didn't have it, but now high school has got where it's not recognized a whole lot now. Somebody that had never been to school can do the same job you do. But if you go to college, everybody ain't gonna be able to do what you do. So we're saying to you, man, just as you went to high school, don't let nobody tell you it's not for everybody to go to college. That's a good statement, but it's wrong to tell people that when you don't know who it's for to go to college. So just as it was for you to go to elementary school, and if you didn't go, they lock your parents up, it's for you to go to college. And if you don't go, they won't lock your parents up because you've grown. But you should be encouraged and sent off to college, just like you were sent to school. God bless you. Let us take that in consideration. We get ready now to read our scripture from the 3rd chapter. We say this because this is the beginning of every Christian's life. This 3rd chapter of the book of St. John. Amen. There was a man of the Pharisees at the 3rd chapter of the book of St. John. The first verse. There was a man of the Pharisees named Nicodemus, a ruler of the Jews. The same came to Jesus by night and said unto him, Rabbi, we know that thou art a teacher come from God, for no man can do these miracles that thou doest, except God be with him. Jesus answered and said unto him, Verily, verily, I say unto thee, except a man be born again, he cannot see the kingdom of God. Nicodemus said unto him, How can a man be born when he is old? Can he enter the second time into his mother's womb and be born? Jesus answered, Verily, verily, I say unto thee, except a man be born of water and of the Spirit, he cannot enter into the kingdom of God. That which is born of flesh is flesh, and that which is born of spirit is spirit. Marvel not, I said unto thee, ye must be born again. Must be, meaning your beginning of a Christian journey is to be regenerated, filled with God's divine spirit, changed from your natural way of thinking, being able to think from a divine standpoint of the Spirit, in order that you might be able to understand the Word of God. Because 1 Corinthians, the 2nd chapter, the 14th verse, said that the natural man, the spiritual things, are foolishness to the natural man. So except you born again, you won't know what God really requires and what he's saying to you. You ever been to the place, I know you've been there, because we all been there, where you read a whole chapter and you look back and don't know nothing you read, all because you needed to be born again. Then you become born again and read 2 verses and get so much. Amen. So that makes the difference. God bless you. Amen. We're going to move on now with a selection by Brother Hillary.
Joy divine.
We are
maker and creator of all mankind. For his again, Lord, and another time that we call on you, not for shape, form, or fashion, but we call on you because we know we need you and cannot get along without you. But before we go any farther within this prayer, we want to thank you for all the wonderful things that you already have done for us. We thank you for the bed that you let us lay down on. Was not our dying bed, and the walls that surrounded our room were the walls of our vault. We thank you because we realize it's your blessing and your grace that has brought us safe thus far. Your grace will lead us home. We thank you because we realize that we'll know better than that man that's sleeping on the cardboard. We'll know better than those that's sleeping up under the bridge. But your grace overlooked our means and aggravating ways and made a way for us anyhow. Thank you for my ups as well as my downs. I know you're too wise to make a mistake, Lord, and you too just to do wrong. Now, my Heavenly Father, we come to you in the honest way we know how. Somebody been shut down with the jaw, all because we're trying to get rid of corona. Somebody's grocery done run out. Somebody's child is hungry right now. Don't have food to eat, but have mercy, Father, on them right now. Make that way out of no way. Open those doors that been closed in their face. Help us, Father, to be able to get control. Help us to realize that sometimes you're waiting on us to repent. And we telling ourselves by the voice of the devil that everything is all right. But oh no, help us correct what's wrong so we can get back to normal. I know you ain't. You can take the Jesus. You don't have no respect for disease. You can heal corona quick as you can a common cold. Move right now on the United States. Move right now on our homes. Thousands have died. Look on the bereaved family. People were looking for it. People were doing all right. Corona came and took them away from them. In the name of Jesus, help us on the right now. I know it's sad, but move on right now. Give them understanding that they don't know how to live on because their end hasn't come yet. Help them to have a vision because where there is no vision, people will perish. Right now, Father, help us right now. Nowhere else to turn but to you right now, Lord. If we done went wrong, help us to repent. Help our churches that line up with your word. We know they're going astray. Lord, help our nation to examine itself and try to line up with your word. Sometimes, Father, we have not, because we can't action when sin is in your view. In the name of Jesus, help us right now. Now we overcome this corona. help our church folks know that the churches are under attack. We know that many places are shut down, but we know the devil's main shot is at the church. And we said our church brothers and to our sisters, in the name of Jesus, we ask that he strengthen you, that when you will only say, for God I'll live, and for God I'll die, but you'll be willing to let it take place in order to stand for Jesus. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. I love to call on the name of Jesus. I love to call on the name of Jesus. I love to call on the name of Jesus. Oh, I love calling on the name of the Lord. I love to call on the name of Jesus. Love to call on the name of Jesus. I love to call on the name of Jesus. Oh, I love calling on the name of the Lord. But there is power in the name of Jesus. Oh, power in the name of Jesus. But there is power in the name of Jesus. Oh, I love calling on the name of the Lord. And so I call Jesus. Call Jesus. Call Jesus. Early in the morning, call Jesus. Well, I call Jesus. When I'm sick, call Jesus. Can't get well, call Jesus. I call Jesus. Call Jesus. Call Jesus. When all my friends turn their back on me, call Jesus. I call Jesus. Call Jesus. Jesus, Jesus. I love to call on the name of love to call on the name of Jesus. I love to call on the name of Jesus. Oh, I love calling on the name of the Lord. Oh, yeah. Thank you, Jesus. Amen. Some of y'all don't realize that because they never had no ditches built against y'all. But they never had your back up against the wall and been accused of things that you know you hadn't done. And when the pressure of the devil comes down, sometimes it takes everybody away from time from you. Sometimes you stand right by yourself. It'll take your wife, your children, all your ten folks, your sisters and brothers, and you ain't got nobody to stand with you but Jesus. But yet and still, no weapon. You ought to be happy. You ought to be happy knowing that no weapon in the end, you come out victorious. Amen. The same scandalization they try to put on you, wind up on them. Just like they did with Daniel in the lion den. They tore them up because they didn't have no protection. But Daniel used them as a pillar. Help me somebody. Amen. Daniel laid his head on them and had sweet dreams. God said, long live the king. But on the enemy could say that they never hit the bottom. God said he'll make your enemy be your footstool. He will. If everybody that ever go against you, don't fight them back. But you just hold in God's unchanging hand. Some way down the line, God's going to make them be your footstool. And we're going to be talking to you this time from the 6th chapter of the book of St. John. We done seen where the 3rd chapter say you must be born again. Now we're down here to the 6th chapter of the book of St. John. Starting with that first verse. After these things, Jesus went over the Sea of Galilee, which is the Sea of Tiberias, and a great multitude followed him, because they saw his miracles, which he did on them that were diseased. And Jesus went up into a mountain, and there he sat with his disciples. And the Passover, a feast of the Jews, was nigh. When Jesus then lifted up his eyes and saw a great company come unto him, he said unto Philip, whence shall we buy bread, that these may eat? And this he said to prove him, for he himself knew what he would do. Philip answered him, 200 pennies worth of bread is not sufficient for them, that every one of them may take a little. One of his disciples, Andrew, Simon Peter's brother, said unto him, there is a lad here which has 5 barley loaves and 2 small fish. But what are they among so many? Jesus said, make the men sit down. Now there was much grass in the place, so the men sat down and numbered about 5,000. Using for our subject a text where Andrew said that there is a lad, of the word talking about a little boy that has what? 5 barley loaves and 2 little fish. Using for our subject a text, except you be converted and come as little children, you will no wise enter into the kingdom of God. Except you be converted. Be converted, in other words, except you accept Jesus as your personal Savior and become humble. That's what he could have said. Become willing to be what? Told what to do. That's what a little child do. That's why Solomon said, train up a child in the way he should go. And when he get old, he will not depart from it. And Jesus said, except you be converted. He said, except you believe in Jesus and become humble like a little child. I ain't talking about one of them, what they call D-flash children, them bigoted ones that you can't search his room and you can't tell him what to do. I'm talking about a child that was raised in the old days, that would be 70 years old and his mom and daddy was 90 and he still was yes ma'am and no ma'am. That's the kind of child Jesus talking about. Jesus don't care about a bigoted child. I see, that was some of us don't know. Ain't that about a little child, but he's too bigoted where you can't do nothing with him. God don't care nothing about him. He loves him. He wants him saved, but he gonna bring early judgment to him. He said, tell that child, honor thy father and mother, and if he don't, his days won't be long. But if he do, his days will be long upon the land. But except you be converted. Church folks, not children now, I'm talking to grown folks. Except you come in if you won't do nothing that nobody tell you to do in the church. Every time somebody tell you something, you got something else you want to do better, and the way you want to do it and everything, you must be humble enough to be led and told what you must do. Because all must learn of God. Jesus said, take my yoke upon you and learn of me. And you can't be taught if you won't listen. You can't be taught if you can't be told what to do. Learn of me. I accept the yoke, but I don't let nobody tell me. And that's why you've been in church 40 years and you still don't know your Our Father prayer. Because you won't listen. You won't let leadership. You won't let nobody teach you. You won't let nobody. You all, I know. And yet don't know and don't know you don't know. Help me somebody. But except you be converted. Got to believe in him and be willing to be taught. Solomon said, train up that child. Training, a lot of people don't know it, but training, he didn't say teach a child, he said train. But why? Because at an early age, a child can't be taught certain things. His brain ain't old enough. Train him. Training will make him be as a good prize fighter, a good trained prize fighter. Win the battle because he's been trained, not because he thinks. He can't think fast as that need to take place, but his training takes over when he get in a spot. When you train, then you automatically will do the same thing and do the right thing at the right time. Then when you get old, then you begin to use your own mind. You begin to make decisions according to how you were trained. Help me somebody. That's why Jesus said that, and Solomon said, if you train up that child in the way when he get old, he won't depart. Do it while he's young. I know we get up there when he get messed up, we make out like, oh Lord, I've done all I can do. Ain't neither us lying. The Bible says, if you train him while he's young, when he get old, he won't depart. He might not stay in your house, but he's going to use what you taught him. He won't depart from what you taught him. You mean to tell me he ain't gonna never be seen you smoke no dope. He ain't gonna never be seen no liquor in your house and your refrigerator. He ain't gonna never see you smoking a cigar, and then yet he gonna go out there and smoke and drink liquor and do dope. 9 times out of 10, and he smoke dope because he seen you do it. I mean, you can look at a lot of our parents and see that they already pointed up because they done it. Help me somebody. They don't want to make like a child just went astray. No, you took him astray. The Bible don't lie. Let's admit the Bible right. Something else is wrong. Help me somebody. Yes, but here goes Jesus here at this time. He done healed a man that had been sick for 38 long years. Not at the pool, but had been sick for 38 long years. That's laying there and all they need to do is want to get it up and be healed, but his trouble, he put the fault on somebody else. Many of us today are not doing what we ought, but we're putting the fault and the blame on somebody else. You can't get better till you admit you shall. Amen. And don't use the Adam and Eve tree by that woman you give me, that man and that serpent and all that. Just tell the truth. Say, it's me, oh Lord, standing in the need of prayer. Not my sister, not my brother, but it's me. Ain't nobody can stop you from being obedient to God but you. That's why when Jesus seen and sent out the challenge and sent the invitation, he said, what? Except you deny yourself, you can't be my disciple. He didn't say about your mama, your sister, your brother, whatever, or your friend that you say is your enemy. He said, deny who? You. Yourself. You're the worst enemy you got. You don't want to carry yourself contrary and tell lies on other folks. Help me somebody. You're not willing what? To deny what you want. So you try to do what you want and get in trouble listening to the devil. Then you wind up crying, Lord have mercy. When if you'd have obeyed God, you never would have been in it. Yeah. Help me somebody. Yes. And after Jesus had them seen him, he looked down on him and know he had been there a long time. It don't go by how bad you look. It don't matter with God. Help me somebody. It don't make no difference how many times Corona's more contagious than the flu. That don't matter with God. That's what's holding us and so forth, that we are letting the devil fool us to recognize how Corona moves instead of recognizing the power of God. Help me somebody. We don't look at the power of God and everything, but I want you to know that you don't have to shoot yourself with no Clorox and no disinfect. Any food no better than that. Help me somebody. But you need to shoot yourself with an antibiotic shot they call Jesus. Help me somebody. Jesus got a shot that's good for every complaint. And it's so powerful until it don't, sometimes it don't work by time. Sometimes it work right then. Now here's this man, help me somebody, done been where he can't get up for 38 long years. But Jesus said, will you be made whole? Time Jesus said he wasn't making an excuse. Nobody kept me get in there and all like that. Like the people that don't go to church. Them people out there ain't right. Well, you work on that job and ain't none of them right. And you be there day 30 in the morning. And ain't none of them people on that job right, but you there. Help me somebody. It's not what they are, but what are you? God got it where every tool got to sit on its own back. For I heard the prophet say that the day will come, Jeremiah said that the day will come, yes, when the father's teeth won't be, the child's teeth won't be put on the edge because the father ate the sour grape. What mama, sister, and brother do won't lose you, but it's what you do. Yeah, so therefore after he rose and got him up and he walked right then. It didn't take 9 months for him to walk. He got up and walked right then. He didn't stumble no more. He walked. Help me somebody. Then, yes, they began accusing Jesus. Yeah, they want to say that Jesus was doing things that's wrong because he wasn't recognizing the Sabbath day. Help me somebody. And Judaism believed that on the Sabbath day, nobody was supposed to do nothing, but yet they was getting their ox out the ditch. Help me somebody. And they were doing what they wanted to do, but at the same time, they accused everybody else. Yes, so I heard that Jesus went on and left. The man didn't know exactly who he was. And then Jesus told him when they did find him, that don't sin no more, because if you do, a worse thing gonna come upon you. Yeah, when God hears you, don't go back to the same mess that got you messed up. Help me somebody. As he said in the word, don't be like a dog that vomit and go back and eat it. That's what a Christian or a saint or a healed person is like. You got healed from liquor and then you go back and drink some more. Help me somebody. Then you asking God to let you die. Help me somebody. So therefore, yeah, Jesus went on and when they left that city because they wanted to put Jesus to death before time. Yeah, but yet still they couldn't get their hands on him. Oh yes, and when he went on and left, he went across Galilee. Yes, and then at the end of that service, it referred to it as the Sea of Towers. Yeah, they call it Towers because Towers was a little city at the edge of Galilee. Yeah, so therefore Galilee could be called the Sea of Towers. Yeah, and he went and set up on a hill. Now, the Bible calls it a mountain, but if it would have been a rocky mountain now, then automatically all the crowd could have climbed there. But it means that Jesus found a high hill. And they were able to walk up on that high hill, which was called a mountain. And when they got there, and time passed by, Jesus came out, and when he saw them, he was moved with compassion. They followed Jesus because they had seen all the miracles that he had done. I want you to know that people today are not good as those people, but they don't know somebody got healed because they was at a special church, but yet still they won't go. Ain't God all right? But these people made up in their mind, if he done it for the others, he'll do it for me. If I happen to be there when Jesus began to talk, maybe he'll wave his hand toward me. Maybe he'll do it like he did the man that we know been sick for 38 long years. Said, rise, take up your bed and walk. Ain't God all right? Well, at that time Jesus spoke and said unto Philip, look, Philip, where we gonna get food to feed this large crowd? I heard Philip say 200 pennies worth ain't enough for this crowd. Thank the Lord, all right. I want you to know, talk about it a little bit, Thomas. Let me break this penny down. In that day and time, a penny wasn't like it is today. A penny in this day and time would have been $2. But a penny in that day and time was a whole day's work. And sometimes it was called a denarius. If you want to know the value of a penny in the Bible time, go to St. Matthew, the 20th chapter, and the second verse. It said, a certain man, the kingdom of God is like this certain man that went out early in the morning, the high laborers into his vineyard, and when he had agreed with them for a penny a day, so a penny was a whole day's work. If we would have had 200 days work, with about a good bit of food, but it wouldn't have been enough. No, for 5,000 men, excuse the women and children. I don't know no stone around here, my friends, that got enough food and feed 5,000 men, excuse the women and children. And even crows. I have to run trucks day and night. I see them on the television now, thanking crows, but they couldn't feed 5,000 men. And one time, excuse me, the women and children. And I heard Philip went to talking about the 200 pennies, and about that time, before they got to that, this story's in another book, all for the gospel. Well, I've heard Jesus said 200 pennies won't do it. Look among them and see what you can find. Ain't the Lord all right? And they looked among that great big cloud, and out of all of those people, they couldn't find nothing among the Dutch but one little boy talking about a lad had 2 little fish and 5 bottles of bread, except to be converted and becoming his little child, that ominous of his little child, down in his mind and down in his heart, in his mind. I could hear him saying that I got to take something in case if I get hungry, and after he took it. It wasn't in a grown-up man. If a grown-up would have had it, they wouldn't have turned it loose. But this little child gave what he had. Didn't mind getting rid of his lunch and all that nobody else could eat. I heard Jesus said through Apostle Paul that seek to help others and others that ain't seen yourself. A little child got the right attitude just like a Christian. And I heard Jesus when he looked at the men, because a man is a woman that supposed to provide for his house. He didn't say sit down and win, but I heard him say, set the men down and God all right. And he took them 12 and brought that fish and looked up to heaven and thanked God to bless it and thank God for what it was. Somebody is trying to buy groceries when y'all are thanking for what you got. You might not have a steel horn with a steak from Longhorn, but if you have some black back, you ought to thank God for it. You might not be able to get the best of food, but you ought to thank Him for what you got, because God can make a way out of no way. Ain't God all right? When they brought it back, and Jesus gave it to the men, took it out of their hand, and put it in his hand. In your hand, it might not be nothing, but in his hand, it's more than enough. That he shot the men down. He respect the men. He gave it to the preacher, and the preacher gave it to the congregation. But he gave it to that husband, that he would put the gospel in his house, that he would demand what God required, and God all right. He will overlook that leadership he gave that man. I don't care how you try. You got to respect what God ordained. God already signed up with a man. It's the head of his house, and that ain't gonna change. And God alright. And as he broke off fish, more fish come on. As he broke off bread, more bread come on. Just kept on breaking. Just kept on giving. Sometimes that little money they got, they just keep on breaking. Just keep on paying bills. When you look back, you think about Rhonda. You found some you didn't know was there. And God alright. Just keep on breaking. Just keep on paying bills. Just keep on buying. Somebody wonder how in the world he can do it. He ain't got no good job. And the church don't pay nothing. But yet he keep on breaking. And he just keep on giving. He just keep on buying. And God alright. And I heard that he paid 5,000 men with a little boy lunch over up a Red Lobster right there in the desert. Yeah, and God alright. Fed the 5,000 men, excuse me, women and children. Do you know him? And he alright. He's alright, church. He fed that crowd. After that, took up 12 baskets. The Bible calls it a fragment, but they're talking about Red Lobster meat that nobody had never touched, from 2 little fish and 5 barley loaves of bread. He don't let you waste nothing. I know we make like to well, he don't give you what you want, he give you what you need. You don't never find where God give you exactly nothing but what you need. He always gives you a surplus. You can use it wisely, and you can make a mess with it and throw it away. The average person pull out where he throw away them fragments. He throw away that surplus, and every time he gets something, he go back to thinking that foolish way, and he don't never keep nothing. Go from year to year, broke, because he don't know how to save the fragments. He don't know how to take them fragments and put them up when nobody never spent. Put them up for 6 months and then spend twice there. Now put them up when disasters come, you can lean on. Hey, we say to you, God loves the church, except you. I don't care how old you are. Out there in radio land, except you stop being bigoted and become out the little child. You won't know why I enter the kingdom of God. Humbleness, God resists pride, and he gives grace to the humble. Pride is what makes man commit murder. Pride of Cain, making them be jealous of Abel and kill him. Killing our brother of pride with it. Didn't want to see his brother look good, and he didn't look that good because he didn't do good. God bless you. Amen. We're going, at this time, we're going to sing a song. We know we can't open the doors of the church because our people are not here, but you can't put your name on Facebook. If you want to join a church or you need prayer, put your name on Facebook. We'll get it home. We'll get it. Once we get it home, then we'll dedicate ourselves to your problem as if it's our problem. And we'll isolate ourselves from the world. And we can talk to God for you as a shepherd. We thank God for it. I'm gonna hide behind when it's all over now. Then I'm gonna hide behind Keep trusting in what you've been taught. Don't turn to the right, don't turn to the left. Keep believing and having faith in God. I know what the record sells out, Corona. But it ain't no big job for Jesus. It ain't no big job for Jesus. Jesus can let his Holy Ghost overshadow and travel around you, and Corona can't harm you. Corona getting to us, but a lot of us stepped out of the boundaries of Jesus. We entertain conversations we shouldn't entertain. We talk about people we shouldn't talk about. So therefore you open the door with sick complaints. They come from the devil. Corona is one of those sick complaints that Jesus took to Calvary Hill, that he already paid for when the world got black from the 6th to the 9th hour. Corona was on Jesus back then, and he took care of Corona. All you got to do is trust in him and tell him, as Isaiah said, that you were wounded for our transgression, bruised for our iniquity. The chastisement of his peace was upon us. Our peace was upon us, and with his stripes we healed. Jesus done that 2,000 years ago. You claiming it to take place. God bless you. Never forever smile upon you. They say they pray always. Man ought to always pray and don't faint. Talk to God all the time. Whether you're on your knees or on your feet. Talk to God. All of them gossip conversations with your friends that don't know how to do that because they got a foul spirit within them. Leave them alone, for we need Jesus now. We don't need that junk talk. We need Jesus. Let's get on that one accord. If we can get the United States on one accord and get rid of racism, and get rid of foolishness that's trying to hold each other down, and pray one good prayer and fast for 2 or 3 days. Corona has to let up, but they got to let up as long as there's the white folks against black folks and black folks against white folks. We got to get on one accord. We don't, we all gonna lack right past except those that know Jesus. God bless. Amen.